right, so let's see here. Yeah, it looks like this plumbing is leaking everywhere. Oh yeah, look. That seal's bad. So it's leaking, it's going down to the baseboard. That's what's causing the big leak downstairs. Let's have a look. Yeah. Yeah, so when you run the sink, it starts dripping everywhere, as you can see. It goes through the baseboard and just goes everywhere. Yeah, that's right where the sink's at. Yeah, it's a leaky sink. So yeah, it's dripping all over here, all on the floor. So that sink will have to be fixed and replaced. I'll change that whole sink valve. Have to take that out. And the ceiling, well, you need new panels, I guess. Those all fell down. Yeah, so that's what's happening. As soon as I turn the sink off, it stopped. So it's really just dripping everywhere. What else? Did I see anything else wrong? See. Yeah, so let's see. So check something out. Check something else out. Yeah, so there's the vent that I see down there too. So yeah, that's right where it's at. Yeah, that makes sense. Looks like all the plumbing, it's all loose and stuff. Yeah. All right, so we're gonna have to change this whole piece out. Yep. All right, so that's got to go. All right, so we got the new drain. We're gonna put in. We're gonna replace the washers in the P-trap. Those two there look a little worn out, so we're gonna just replace those because they were leaking too. All right, let's just go have a look back downstairs. Make sure that looks real fast. All right. Okay. Got a nice floods down here still, which we're gonna get cleaned up in a minute before this paint really starts rubbing off down here. Okay. All right, let's have a look, see everything's dried up. Yeah, it's still pretty wet up here in the ceiling from when it was really dripping. I still see a lot of moisture coming through, but that was a lot of water that came through, so. All right. Yeah, so the sink's right above this. There's the vent right there that's right on the wall. So yeah, it's still pretty soaked. There's a lot of water that was coming through. All right, so. Okay. All right. Yeah, see that vent right there? That's what I was looking at. So all that water just kind of seeped under the baseboards under here. you know, as that pipe was leaking, and it just kind of just went all under there and just soaked that floor below. A lot of water was coming out of there. Apparently the sink was left on or something by somebody or something. It was just leaking everywhere, but somebody went, maybe came in, but we don't know if it was some sabotage or something. But all right, so we're gonna get this fixed real quick. All righty. Okay. Let's get this little plastic off here. Alrighty. Okay, let's get this. Let's see. Alright. So we're gonna get some plumber's putty in here. Always got to do that. Just maybe a little bit, maybe a little rope of it. It's gonna just kind of get right under there. Not too much, but not too little. Kind of just get it, you know, in there, right around the edges. Kind of push it down. All right, there we go. So that ought to take care of that. All right, then go ahead and put him up in there. Drop him on in. Then I just take and I just turn it in from the pipe level. And then we're just gonna bring that nut up. And just hand tighten it at first. All right. Okay, let's tighten this up real good. Make sure it's really against the seal, or that the seal is nice and compressed against the sink. Not too tight, or you can break the nut, as you can see here. Give you a little view of it. So yeah, see there. So I'm kind of just like, you know, turning it a little bit. You want it tight, but you don't want to over tighten it. That can break that plastic. It's just plastic, so I just want to make sure it's really good and snug. Like so. Okay, I'll say that's really good and snug. All right, then we're gonna put the lifter in. Really close to the wall, ain't it? Yeah, sure is. Let's get that cap on there first, of course. And try to get that to slide on in, like so. And hold it down first. Then we'll get this tied up. Well, shoot, I needed this on first to hold that in on each side. Oh, I gotta put that on first. And then that for the clip. That way they don't fall off later. Just like that. And then try to make sure it's lined up. Alright. Gonna tighten him up. Hand tighten is good. Alright. Okay, well, almost forgot the drain. I gotta put that back in. I forgot. I didn't forget, but I just testing that out. Alright. Now I gotta pull this back out actually. Drop him in first, then slide that in. So that way that's connected. There we go. Alright, so alright, boom. Alright, now give you some new washers on here, like so. Boop. Put him on. Okay, stick him in. Let's, okay, and then the second one then that goes in. Let's line them up to the P-trap. Make sure it's in good first before we tighten these down. Okay. All right. Get that aligned. Okay. All right. Bring him up a little bit more until it's let's try that again. Didn't want to quite line up. Okay. Let's bring him back just a little bit into there so that drops. Okay. Where it goes into place. There we go. And basically just now make sure all these seals are down where they go. Tighten him up. Make sure that seals in. Okay, compress it. And then we'll just give it a little minor tightening with the wrench. So just to make sure it's definitely good. Okay. Say that's good to go. Okay. Give this one more turn here. Just hold it. Okay. Everything looks all right. All right. Okay, no more leaks here. Let's go, let's let the water run and make sure that this isn't another problem within the wall itself. Everything checks out up here. You know, no more leaks up this way anyway. Alright. Stopper works fine, okay. Drain's good. Let's make sure no more water is leaking down here. But there's not a pipe busted inside the wall somewhere. That would be unfortunate if it was, but I have a good feeling that was all it was. Yeah. So the yep, looks good. So the vents right here, sinks right basically right here. That's your drain pipe for the sink. That's the two supply lines to the sink going. The sink's right here basically. That's the drain pipe that I'm now going through. And supply lines are not leaking. The drain pipe looks good. So all the water that we were seeing over here is where it poured into the baseboards right here. And then it just started coming down and making all that wet underneath. But we have no more leaks now. Just the water that's still there, that's just wet. Let me see here. Yeah. So. Yeah. It's not really leaking at all, but there's like oh, stuff on there. Trying to see something. That pipe right there. I'll have to dry that up and see if that's leaking or not. That is getting to be an old cast iron pipe. Let me just see. Get a cloth or something. Yeah, it's looking good though. Alright, let's put this back around it. That basically holds the pipes. Now if this guy ever gets like kicked or anything, it could definitely knock the pipes off. Definitely have to be careful with this thing. It's not really on there good. I'm gonna try to get it slide into place where it belongs. There we go. Alright. Alright, so we got that back on. still rolling here good. Give it a little more. It looks good. All right. And then all right, so we got panels that have fell down from the water. So let's get that up. But as you can see, the leaks have all stopped. It's still wet, but I kind of wiped this pipe up. It's okay, it's not leaking. It's just a little moist somewhat. I would, you know, maybe replace that at some point. It's okay for now. You can see where the drips came from before, from up above. But like, it's not really, you know, I would say it's okay for now. It's not really leaking. But let's get all this water up. We're gonna do some water remediation with my shop vac. We'll get those up out of the way, bag them up too. So let's do that now. All right, so we got the shop vac here. It'll take a minute to do, but we'll get there. Well, I'll show you when I'm done. All right, so we've got all this water up, kind of dried it up a little bit, mopped it up, shop vac it all. Also, we kind of took all the loose paint that was bubbling up, kind of got most of that up as well, so it left a lot of damages. So maybe, you know, they may want to repaint this at some point. I mean, it's damaged everywhere, but definitely bad here. So you might want to take some Armor Seal Treadplex paint down here. Who knows? We'll see. But yeah, everything looks good here. Everything's holding up. All right. Of course, the ceiling might need repair too, since all those tiles that fell off from the water. So that's something else to think about getting. Well, these really weren't even on there that good. Anyway, but yeah, probably get some more something similar to this and just redo that at some point once it dries out good. It's going to take probably a good week to really dry that wood. It got really a lot of water.